The Red Rocket HJ47, 9th month in 1982. So in 1982, at the end of the year, this is the model. Now we've got disc brakes. Interior, it's got tacho and clock and everything. So from here on in, they are the desirable 47, the 2H. This one's in here for a few reasons. We'll get into that, but let's talk about the rig first, because she is a beauty. He tours in it, he uses it, he wheels it. It's got a locker, it's got the bar work. Right up the front, the bar work, that's McKinnon's Cruisers. I've been seeing a little bit of that lately. The rails, McKinnon's Cruisers as well. So Billy at McKinnon's Cruisers, he's really worth checking out. He's been doing this for a little while, and he's ever since I've ever known, he's wheeled and modified 40s. He's pretty hardcore, so it's worth checking out some of his custom work, and goes really well with the lifted truck. This is got suspension lift, but it's also got, it's about a 60mm body lift as well. So I'm 6 foot tall, she stands pretty proud. He does tour, he camps at the back, the alloy tray, nice and light. He's got toolboxes, the rooftop tent. Look at it, he uses this vehicle, you can tell. That's part of the reason why it's in here. On the other side, you've got the wraparound awning. They're pretty cool, hey? And some more space up the top. The spare wheels in the back, and it's got the Hayman's Reese, so he can tow as well. It's just set up, and he's, when we chat on the phone, he's used the word touring and four-wheel driving a lot, so gets out and uses it. But before we get into why it's here, get ahead of ourselves, there's a bit more inside. It's got quite a nice interior. It's love the tinted windows. It just makes it a lot cooler inside. I noticed that with mine, but come and have a look inside and we'll show you some more stuff. There's a little bit going on in here. It's a factory dash. There's a couple of holes drilled in it. It hasn't really been tampered with. We've put our aftermarket gauges, the pyro and boost. It's in one gauge and underneath, so we don't tap into the dash. And the same with the ARB compressor and rear locker. It was already in here, but they haven't tapped into the dash. Otherwise, factory floor mats and factory steering wheel. The seat I'm sitting on is aftermarket, and I noticed the steering wheel's dropped a bit. It could be because of the body lift. Someone my height, I actually don't fit. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but it's you know, we custom these cars to our own needs, so it's not about me. Aftermarket console, it's color coded with the roof. It's got the UHF and some power up there and a shelf. Again, I've said it before, consoles take away from drilling holes in dashes and mounting stuff down low. You can keep stuff nice and dry and keep dashes nice and clean by having consoles. Very handy, gives you a bit more space. And that's pretty much the inside. I know with the stereo, he's got some little tweeters on the door, so he's got a bit of a sound system. I haven't played it, but he's got a sound system in here. Let's go outside and talk about what has unfolded at Mr Landcruiser. So why is this HJ47 here in the Mr Landcruiser yard? I've already mentioned the pyro and boost gauge, and you can see this is something we fit here, but this one dropped the valve. So I'll tell you what, testament to the old 2H. I've seen a video of it. It dropped the valve, so that valve's sitting on top of a piston, and the old 2H is still going. So, well, it did for a few days, and by the time it got here, it was there was nothing left in her. So we've fully rebuilt this engine. We took her out, the head and the block, did the lot, and while we're at it, he wanted a turbo, wanted more power. So let's start with, we did the gearbox first. So 4-speed, now it's a 5-speed. Rebuilt the box, the transfer, as per usual, the Japanese parts from Terrain Tamer that we stock and sell. And whistle and soot. It's got the whistle and soot turbo, whistle and soot exhaust, whistle and soot snorkel, and it's all set up. So there's not much room left in here now because the client's already got power steer, 60 series power steer. He's got the compressor for his aircon. The good thing about whistle and soot, this airbox allows for factory aircon, and it allows for the turbo that they supply, where your 40 series box is no longer going to fit. This one's got an inspection plate. It's very easy to use. They pop open quite easy. You don't need to bring your tools to just change a filter. So just love this product. Back to the engine, we've rebuilt the engine. When we rebuild an engine, we want to rebuild the injector pump and the injectors as well. So we send them to JH up at Townsville. He takes care of that for us. And this one's boost comp actuated. So when you get up it kicks in. It's not running too much fuel on them pistons all the time. But it's also got, well, it's got oversized plungers in there. So it's, they do a race pump. So this thing's got some up and boogie. And the customer, he's dropped it off with a 4-speed NA engine, no turbo. When he gets hold of this, it's gonna blow him away. So I've driven this, I'm allowed, the boys let me drive it. They say change gears at 2,500, still running it in, don't give it too many berries. And when it gets about 2, you see the pound starting to kick in. It's already got some boogie. So my own personal vehicle, I change gears 3.5 grand. So when this is running and he's changing it around, it's gonna boogie. So I'm gonna go for another drive now because I've only got it for a few more days here, and then I've got to actually give it back. So still doing a little bit of running in, still enjoying it while it's here, but I think we should have a listen to it because I'll tell you what, you've got your sucking up here, the turbo spooling, and the exhaust, the whistle and soot exhaust. Wait till you hear that. So I'm going to, I won't just kick in and stuff it, we'll go for a drive. And follow me out the driveway and let's, and yeah, I promise I'll keep it under 2.5.